Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Moribe Rebiba Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Senate President Lawal denies sitting on letter of defection. I am not his campaign DG. El Rufai denies working for Tinubu. What I will do to end banditry if I was Chief of Defense Staff, federal lawmaker reviews. Ex-DSSDG reveals two main objectives of the bandits who are operating in Nigeria. Filming police officers on duty is not a crime. IG Kamaldeen. Police dismiss officer celebrating extortion in viral video. We'll also bring some headlines. Terrorists from Kaduna, Niger, Zamfara, KB, others now in Nasarawa. Governor Sule laments. Shock as gunmen abduct two popular Nollywood actors while filming. And on foreign story, U.S. democracy faces several systematic threats. Scholar, finally sports. Aruna inspires impressive win versus Ghana at Birmingham 2022. Now the news in detail. President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, on Saturday denied media report that he was sitting on letters of defections from senators which he didn't want to announce during plenary. The report, he said, was untrue and that the payers failed to investigate or seek clarification from the senators who tendered their letters of defection from the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC. The segment read, we have seen a story on social media and some online newspapers purporting that the President of the Senate, Lawan, is sitting on letters from senators allegedly intimating him of their defections from the All Progressive Congress, APC. The story insinuated that Lawan is sitting on the purported letters to protect its position as the President of the Senate. The Senate and the report mentioned only Senator Adamu Bolk-Achua as one of the affected senators. Moving on to the next story, the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, has denied report of being appointed the Director General of the All Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This was revealed by the governor's special advisor on media and communication, Mr. Muyiwa Adekeye, via a statement on Twitter. The governor in the live media chat on Wednesday night also denied being appointed as DG of the APC presidential campaign. Malam Nasir El-Rufai with the handle at El-Rufai has displayed report of his appointment as DG of the APC presidential campaign. He also denied during his live media chat in Kaduna tonight that he is working with other governors and party leaders to help set up the national campaign structures, Adekeye tweeted. Politics Nigeria recalls that a report went viral earlier this week that the Kaduna governor was appointed to lead the Tinubu's presidential campaign, while former APC national chairman Adams Oshiomhole was appointed chairman of the campaign council. Honorable Jimmy Benson, the chairman Federal House of Representative Committee on Defense, has revealed what he would do to bring banditry to an end if he was the Chief of Defense Staff. The lawmaker was a special guest on Friday edition of Channels TV Politics Today, where he was made to answer several questions on the ongoing security crisis across the country. It could be recalled that the bandits have been invading states and communities around the Federal Capital Territory, and they were also paid to have gained entry into the FCT, launching attacks on residents. While reacting to the ugly development, Honorable Benson decried the terrible security situation and lamented that the present government has not really done enough to put an end to the scourge. He explained that the Nigerian army is currently exhausted and overused. Ordinarily, they are not the ones who should be saddled with the responsibilities of fighting the insecurity within the country. A video to cap the story.
For me, if you throw money at this issue, we may not get the appropriate results. The world is going through atrocious times. Even if you place imports on equipment, getting them here, it's another tough call. If I were the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I'll be looking at engaging the services of people you call mercenaries or contractors. There's a fierce urgency of now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, hello? I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, there's a
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, the security situation is deteriorating. Our armed forces are stretched. There are operations in 35 out of 36 states in Nigeria. They need support from the police, from the civil defense authorities, which is not as upscale as we expect. So they're stretched thin. Equipment are not forthcoming or arriving as soon as we envisaged. The exchange rate is also tumbling. So we live in very, very interesting times. So, like I said, if I was the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I'll be finding ways of getting these contractors, these experts who already have equipment, night goggles, MRAPs, RPGs, technology that can source out people hidden in the forest. Otherwise, we'll be waiting and waiting for long to get this equipment that have been paid for.
According to a news that was published by the Punch newspaper online this morning, it was reported that the former director of the Department of State Service, Mike Ejiofor, has reacted to the issue of insecurity in the country as it reveals the two main objectives of the bandits who have been operating in the country. While Mike Ejiofor was talking in an interview with a Punch correspondent, he said that the two main objectives of the bandits in the country was to make the government unpopular and to also raise money to purchase more weapons for their operations. He said the terrorists want Nigerians to dislike the government, and also whenever they kidnap and they collect ransom, they will use the money to purchase more weapons. He said the government needs to act fast so that terrorists won't overrun the country. While he was speaking on the Kuje prison attack, he said, after the jailbreak in Kuje, everybody will notice that many of these inmates that were freed by the terrorists have reunited with their terrorist colleagues in the forest are now causing havoc again. There is bound to be an escalation of all these crises. That is why Abuja is like this. Everybody is afraid since no one feels safe anymore in the country. In case you're just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV. The Assistant Inspector General AIG of Police Zone 6, AIG Kamaldeen Kola Okunola, has disclosed the filming a police officer while performing his duty was not a crime, but legal and within the rights of citizens. AIG Okunola made the disclosure at the Cross River State Police Command headquarters during a familiarization visit on Thursday in Diamond Hill, Calabar. He punctured the usual belief that a citizen filming a police officer while on duty has committed any crime, but added that every Nigerian has the right to film any police personnel on duty, stressing that it was within the rights in the law. The AIG cautioned police officers to desist from the act of stopping a citizen from recording them while performing their duty, adding that it was not a crime at all. He called on officers to be more human and friendly with their neighbors, the citizenry they protect instead, and avoiding harassment in any form. Still on police story, the Nigerian police force has dismissed an officer, Richard Gele, who was justifying in a video clip that has now gone viral on the social media how he collects money from road users. Police spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi stated this in a statement obtained by Premiums on Friday. The dismissed officer was caught in the video clip, which trended in June, dignifying and justifying extortion of members of the public and official corruption. His dismissal comes amidst public outcry, particularly from the youths, against police harassment and extortion. According to the police, the officer who until his dismissal was an inspector with service number AP number 188547, was attached to Police Mobile 477 Squadron or Kene, Kogi State, and deployed to Itobe Anyiba Road for the safety of road users and commuters along the route where the incident occurred. While announcing his dismissal, the police also said the officer was defeated after he went through a disciplinary committee within the force. He is an indigent of Benue State who enlisted into the police force in the year 2000.
They try me. Something, see.
Don't do now. We don't talk story. Don't be.
If I want to collect money, I go collect better money. And they collect change. Now, I know they hide down. Me, I know they hide down. I just let know if you ask me how much you collect. My former commander said, if you want to collect money, collect the one way Me, I go fit give am small if the case boss. No be one woman I go chop. He say collect better money, he go follow me chop am, and he go defend me. So no be all this change where they give me, and they collect change. How much they there? How much they there? Talk am out now.
That's what we do for.
Barely 2 days after Governor Abdullahi Saleh of Nasarawa State ordered the closure of schools following the wake of insecurity, he has again raised alarm over the invasion of terrorists from Kaduna, Zamfara, Niger, Kebbi, and other states into Nasarawa State. Saleh yesterday convened an emergency security council meeting with a view to reviewing the security situation in the state following reports that the state has been taken over by terrorists from other parts of the country. The essence of the emergency security meeting held at Government House, according to the governor, was to take proactive measures considering the security situation in the country and particularly within the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, where over 800 inmates escaped from the Kuje Correctional Facility recently. The governor raised the alarm at the expanded security meeting that movement of large suspected fleeing terrorists from Niger, Zamfara, Kebbi, and Kaduna State were being identified in Rugan Juli and Rugan Madaki in Karu local government area, a suburb of the Federal Capital Territory, as well Wamba and Toto local government areas of the state. The governor who confirmed that security report received as indicated influx of suspected bandits has not only increased cases of kidnapping within the last 2 months, but has brought increased security tension in the states. From that story, we go to another kidnapping story among the movie actors. Some unknown gunmen have reportedly abducted 2 Nollywood actors, Clemson Connell, popularly known as Agbo Gidi, and Cynthia Okereke, while filming in Enugu State. According to a statement released on social media by the Director of Communications Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, Mrs. Mona Lisa Chinda Koka, the family of the actors confirmed that they haven't returned home since they left a film location at Ozala Town, Enugu. The statement reads in part, the 2 members of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Cynthia Okereke and Clemson Connell, aka Agbodigi, were suspected missing after the family members confirmed they didn't come back from a film location in Ozala Town, Enugu State. The 2 members were suspected to have been kidnapped, and this has increased fear among its members about the safety of actors filming in the country. From that story, we go to the foreign story for the world news on BGI TV this hour. As the United States is investigating the Capitol riot of January 6, 2021, an American author and political scientist revealed several systematic threats to the future of U.S. democracy. Major risk undermining the U.S. democracy included copycat candidates, legal coups, a toxic information ecosystem, the decline of authoritative institutions, and the widespread prevalence of counter-majoritarianism in the political system. Darrell M. West, Vice President and Director of Governance Studies, and Douglas Dillon, Chair in the Governmental Studies at the Brookings, said this in an article published by the Brookings Institution this week. The political commentator named the imperfections in current laws a legal coup in the article entitled, "Trump was not the only threat to democracy." He said that investigation into the 2020 election aftermath had revealed a number of legal coup possibilities. Before we call it a wrap on the world news, here comes the sports story. Quadri Aruna, Amadi Ome, and Olajide Omotayo made it 2 wins out of 2 after overcoming their Ghanaian counterparts 3-0 in the men's team Group 2 table tennis event at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. The Nigerians went into the game on the back of the impressive win against South Africa earlier on Friday. In the doubles, Ome and Aruna, Ahmad Emmanuel Kome and Derek Abrefa, 11-7, 11-3, 11-9. The singles saw Aruna defeat Emmanuel Ashante, 11-3, 11-3, 11-6, before Motayo saw off Abrefa, 3-0, 11-8, 11-7, 11-8. That concludes the world news for this hour. Before we go, some quick headlines. Senate President Lawan denies sitting on letters of defection. I am not his campaign DG. El-Rufai denies working for Tinubu. We also brought to you ex-DSS DG reveals 2 main objectives of the bandits who are operating in Nigeria. And finally, Aruna inspires impressive win versus Ghana at Birmingham 2022. For more updates, the handle on the YouTube is Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of event and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement strictly. I am Moriwe Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV.